Is the upcoming Supergirl movie in trouble? Is it going to be another girl boss type of movie like the Marvels was? Let's dive in and see what is happening. This, coming from that Park Place, kind of gives us a little idea of what Millie Alcock, the star of Supergirl, is kind of hoping for when it comes to this movie. She stated that she hopes that girls learn it's okay to be bad and messy. This is where all this "is this movie in trouble" is coming from. Look, I know I'm one of the ones that I don't want to see a movie, throwing down messages down our throats and things like that. But people are taking this, I think, the wrong way. That Park Place specifically. Now, they do talk about how the film reportedly portrays Kara as more rebellious, emotionally raw, and shaped by a far harsher upbringing than her cousin Superman. That direction aligns with comments from DC Studios leadership indicating the character will be edgier and more flawed than previous portrayals. There's nothing inherently wrong with flawed heroes. Many of the best comic book stories explore characters struggling with their own imperfections. I mean, come on, take a look at Batman. However, Alcock's framing of the message has left some fans wondering whether the film is pushing something else entirely. And this is where the worry comes in. When a superhero story begins emphasizing the idea that being bad and messy is aspirational, the concern quickly shifts from storytelling to messaging. They then go into this whole thing about the recent track record with Hollywood with feminist superhero films. And they say this skepticism isn't coming out of nowhere. Hollywood has spent the last several years trying to reshape established franchises around overtly feminist messaging, often with disappointing results at the box office. Marvel's Eternals struggled critically and financially compared to other MCU films, while The Marvels became one of the most notable box office disappointments in the studio's history. Warner Brothers has also seen how risky this approach can be. Earlier this year, the so-called feminist horror film The Bride reportedly opened to just $7 million despite carrying a production budget near $100 million. This is signaling that audiences may be growing weary of projects built around ideological messaging rather than compelling storytelling. This is something that we've known for a while now, for sure. Again, what's this getting to? Why is this such a big deal when it comes to Supergirl? They say superhero films have traditionally thrived when they focus on timeless themes: courage, sacrifice, responsibility, and the struggle to do the right thing even when it's difficult. Those qualities are what made characters like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman resonate with audiences for decades. When the studios pivot towards messaging, that feels like a lecture, particularly when attached to a beloved male-centric franchise. The results often disappoint. Comic book movies rely on broad audiences to succeed. If a film appears to cater primarily to one demographic while sidelining the corner of fan base that built the franchise, the risk of alienating viewers becomes very real. All right, so they're bringing this down to this whole idea that Supergirl, they hope that this film teaches girls it's okay to be messy, that it's okay for girls to be a little bad at times. Now, I think that was probably the worst way that Millie Alcock could have stated this, but let's be real here, okay? Superman just came out not even a year ago at this point. By the time this movie's out, it'll be just about a year since Superman came out. Superman was full of hopefulness. It was all about showing hope in a world of cynicism. Now, Supergirl is going to be that cynical side, I believe. I think it's going to show that she's a little more cynical in the beginning of the film, and that she grows to become more hopeful herself. This whole idea that it's okay to be bad and messy for girls is about, hey, we have a superhero here for girls, and that's okay. Look, I get it. There's this whole agenda right now being pushed that we don't want to see feminism. We don't want to see these progressive views in our Hollywood films, especially our comic book movies. I get it. Look, I completely understand that. I'm with you on that. I don't want to see all that stuff. But it's okay to have a superhero that little girls can look up to. And the whole idea that, hey, it's okay to be bad and messy, I don't think it's them saying, hey, go be a bad person, be a bad girl, go be bad. No, it's more of like, hey, it's okay that if you're not good, if you behave poorly, if you are bad and messy, you can always come out of that and be a better person. And I think that is kind of what she's trying to put out here. Again, without seeing the movie, it's hard to tell for sure. Again, I think people are taking this the complete wrong way. And I know people want to sit there and try and paint this as some big message that they're going to push, this whole agenda and progressive ideals and things like that. I don't see that happening. The villain is a male. He's going to be somebody that is evil and bad, but that's what happens. Look, for a number of years, look, I say this all the time. We see these comic book movies have these villains that are just very one-dimensional. There's not much to them, and every once in a while we get a great villain on screen. Is this villain creme of the Yellow Hills? Is he going to be a great villain in this movie? I'm guessing not. I'm guessing he's going to be more one-dimensional. Specifically, this happens in those first films for these heroes, the origin films of these heroes and things like that. The villain has to take a back seat because the story has to truly build up the hero. But does that mean that it's all because it's going to push man bad? No, I don't think that's going to happen. If it does, I'll eat my own words. I'll eat them. But look, right now, I don't think that's what's going to happen. And the more encouraging aspect of this is how that there have been some test screenings, which it's showing that people are enjoying this movie. Is this going to be the next Lawrence of Arabia? No, and neither was Superman, and that's something that I'm trying to get across to a lot of these people that are just so negative and against the DCU like they are. What people need to realize is the DCU right now is on a trajectory of just trying to pull people in to say, hey, this is a universe that I want to watch and support. And right now, Superman did that. Superman did a great job. Yes, it only made $618 million at the box office. Oh no! But the fact of the matter is, people enjoyed that movie. It gets rewatched on HBO Max. Digitally, it did well. Things like that are proving that, hey, people like this universe so far with one movie. Supergirl is going to try and pull in another section of that audience, whether it's little girls or older women, things like that. That's what they're trying to do. So you can sit there and get mad all you want about things, but the fact remains that, look, this movie, maybe it does push this progressive agenda and woman boss and things like that. Here's the thing. Let's wait till the movie comes out before we start judging it. Like, honestly, like I'm over this judging a film or a project before we even see it. Like, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. And look, we now know that from these test screenings, it's reportedly that this movie is going to be about an hour and 45 minutes, at least in the latest test screening. And that's without credits. Does that mean that the movie is going to be good or bad? No, but it looks like they're really trying to make this a tight, cohesive film, which is good to hear. And especially when you start to see that the reaction was overwhelmingly positive. It was called damn good and packs a punch. And absolutely, there are some out there who stated that they talked to somebody who saw it and that they didn't like it. That's every movie, people. Every movie has the people that love it, hate it, and in between. So to sit there and act like, oh, I saw this person report that they didn't like it. Yes, that's every movie. It is very rare, if ever, every single person that has seen it loves it. That just doesn't really happen. So again, let's sit back. Let's wait till the movie comes out. Yes, I know that people are all worried about the composers. Oh my goodness, they changed composers 2 times. Okay, that happens in film. People are just, they can't grasp this idea that, hey, DC is in the middle of building something. They're trying to establish a new universe, and it isn't going to be a $1 billion hit right in the beginning. It's just not. That's not how it works, especially in 2025 when the superhero genre is at its probably at its lowest point it's been in, what, 20 years? I mean, come on now. So let's move past that. Let's be hopeful. As I always say, we have to be hopeful that something turns out good. Let's not go in with a pessimistic vision and idea. Let's go in saying, hey, maybe this movie rocks. Maybe it's going to be awesome. If it doesn't, then we sit back and that's when we criticize it. That's when we say and point out, why did it push these agendas? Why did it suck? But that's what we get. We get people that just want to bitch and complain about everything. That's how it is. So I'm asking you, let me know in the comments what you think. Hey, what do you think is going to happen with this movie? Is this going to be a girl boss movie where people just, they're pushing an agenda and people are going to get mad about that? Do you think that the test screenings, what we're hearing, that it's positive? Is that a great sign? Is that not a good sign? Look, what do you think about test screenings? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And with all that said, I'll catch you all later.